Hi, it's Dwyer. It's November 13th, 2024. GamblersAdvisory.com, a free site. BettingAngle.us, a free site. Remember, the opinion you should follow should be your own. Just consider this video to be a second opinion from a complete stranger online. Let's talk NFL. We were 2-4 last week. Not good. Let's try to get back in the saddle. This week, I like the Philadelphia Eagles laying 3 points against the visiting Washington Redskins. Right, folks? I'm a big believer in Jaden Daniels. I was watching the game, and as it happened, I thought Washington got the first down last week against Pittsburgh. Right? I thought Jaden Daniels showed extreme composure in that situation. I believe he's separating himself from Caleb Williams right now. All of that said, Philadelphia is a team on the rise, folks. It's come together for them defensively. The offense just has too much talent. Saquon Barkley is showing you that he's a Hall of Fame level talent. He still has to put up some numbers. Some of those giant years were injury marred. But now that he's with the Eagles, it looks like he's the perfect fit for an offense that's loaded with talent, right? People like A.J. Brown, for example. I like Philly right here. I think Philly's peaking at the right time. I think they're going to take over the NFC East. I like Philly laying 3 points. This next bet, I actually got it when the line was worse than it is right now. Right? Then I put down more when the line moved. I like the Pittsburgh Steelers at home. I got them at 3 points. You can get them at 3.5 points right now against the Baltimore Ravens. One of the secrets with Lamar Jackson is that he does much better against teams that don't know him that well. So Lamar Jackson feasts on the NFC, right? Absolutely feasts on the NFC. Unfortunately for him, Pittsburgh's in their division. Mike Tomlin is a defensive guru. And Tomlin, of course, has been the head coach of the Steelers for over a decade and a half. I think the 3.5 is simply too much. Let me also say, too, that as blessed, and they are blessed offensively, as the Ravens are, they are at a distinct disadvantage against this Pittsburgh Steelers team defensively. So there's familiarity. Pittsburgh has the superior defense. Russell Wilson, by the way, has that Steeler offense cooking. Right? They're letting Russ cook in Pittsburgh. I like the Steelers getting 3.5 points at home against the Ravens. Now the next game, look, I just have to admit, I've been betting against this guy, and this guy's been beating me on a regular basis. You've been warned. I just don't see how this Kansas City Chiefs team that literally won last week's game on a blocked field goal, a chip shot. Denver should have beaten them. I just don't know how this Kansas City team's doing it. Right? Understand, offensively, Pat Mahomes and the boys put up less than 20 points last week. Now they're going to travel on the road to Buffalo. I think Buffalo handles them this time. Let's just say if Pat Mahomes pulls a rabbit out of a hat on me and wins this game, it won't be the first time. But I just like the situation here too much for Buffalo. We all know, too, that if Buffalo started the season and circled a few dates on their schedule where the guys thought, you know what, whatever happens, whether we have a good year or a bad year, we have to win this game. You and I know this would be one of the games they circle. And of course, Buffalo is rolling right now. I don't think it makes a difference to them that they're up big in their division. This is a game for spiritual reasons they want to win. You have the added inducement of KC somehow, and I don't know how they're doing it, KC somehow being unbeaten. Right? This doesn't feel like I'm watching the, beer team or the Pittsburgh Steel Curtain team or the Montana 49er teams. Right? This doesn't feel like that. You're looking at the Chiefs, you say, okay, they have some players, okay, they have a great culture, okay, they have a great heart. What are they doing unbeaten, folks? I think KC is a little overrated here. I like Buffalo. I'll lay the 2.5 points against Mahomes. I understand there's a whole group of people out there who say, never sell Mahomes short. This is a Hall of Fame quarterback. It's when you count Mahomes out that he's at his most dangerous. I'm taking that risk this week. I like the Bills laying 2.5 points at home. They've been waiting for this game ever since last year's playoff game. They have to exercise some demons. I think they're catching the Chiefs at the right time. Right? I mean, as you saw that blocked field goal attempt last week, and I was in a sports book. As you saw it, you thought to yourself, man, these Chiefs are lucky, aren't they? Right? I think their luck runs out this week. I like Buffalo. Finally, one of the stories of the year to me is the defense of the Los Angeles Chargers. Right? You got to be kidding me, folks. Jim Harbaugh just got there. Who knows if he's even unpacked his suitcase? This defense is among the best in the league. And I've said this a million times. I know Joe Burrow is a gunslinger. No question about it. Right? Let me also point out, too, just as a side story, when Burrow was at LSU, I lost some money betting against him his Heisman Trophy year. I couldn't believe that this Ohio State transplant was tearing up the SEC. It was shocking to me. We all know Joe Burrow's a gunslinger. I'm just telling you I'm a Pac-12 guy. I saw Justin Herbert in college. I followed his career. Right? The Chargers have the vastly superior defense. Folks, it's not close. It's not even worth looking at the metrics. They have the vastly superior defense. And I'm just telling you that if a gunfight breaks out, Justin Herbert can hang with anyone. Here, the Chargers are at home, and I know there are a group of you who are going to say, do the Chargers have a home field? Right, but the Chargers are at home, and they're only laying 1.5 points. Has anyone looked at the Chargers' record? Folks, one of these teams is struggling. The other team's well above 500. I'll take the Chargers. I'll be the casino's Huckleberry here. I'll take the Chargers. I'll lay 1.5 points against Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Let me make one more point here. Jamar Chase is having one of these Randy Moss, Jerry Rice type years, right? And it's really startling how dominant he's been. But understand the problem that poses. That's a single point of failure. You stop him. You stop a huge part of this Bengal offense. Right? They used to ask Tom Brady who his favorite receiver was, and Brady would always respond, the open receiver. You get the feeling with Burrow it's a little bit different, isn't it? Burrow has a special chemistry with Jamar Chase. Right now, against this level of defense, folks, I'm telling you, the Chargers are no joke defensively. Against this level of defense, I'm expecting the Chargers to dampen Jamar Chase's numbers. I like the Chargers laying a 1.5. They're playing at home against the Bengals. Those are my thoughts. Let me hear yours in the comment section of this YouTube video. Thanks for stopping by.